Budgeting. Budgeting is YäRKEN's capability of taking budgeting process for IT finance organizations out of the out of the spreadsheet world into a SaaS application, pretty much. We have multiple roles. We have a budget process owner that can create a budget. You just easily create a budget, naming it, putting it into a year, and then you can also configure your CPI and LPI numbers of how much you want to increase your spend. You can kick off a budget by taking the actuals from the prior year, or by ingesting a budget file from your wider finance system. As a budget process owner, I can set up my initial budget and then send it down to the cost center owners. Yes, I want to submit that. So now it's in the process in progress. As a cost center owner, I can see the spend that my budget process owner thought is the appropriate estimate for my budget. I can now go in here and amend that either by changing my spend on for a monthly basis. I can totally reuse it, or I can start applying additional spend. So applying a 5% CPR value on top of it. Now the spend goes up, it's been increased, and I'm going to leave a comment in here as well from a collaboration perspective. Hey, needed to up the estimate in this range to accommodate for CPI. Oops. CPI. And I'll leave that comment here. All good. And so, but everything else, when I'm looking at it, everything else looks actually quite decent. It's probably pretty good. Not a lot has changed. I'm happy with it, so I can now submit this and say thank you very much. And for me, the thing is done. I have a comment on there. As a budget process owner, I will then see in my view of the world that there has been an increase in spend in this space, and I can have a look and say like, oh yeah, okay, obviously it's here. I was like, yep, okay, that is fine, and I can save that. And now I can take the next step and say like, well, this budget is actually okay. Let's approve this whole thing. You want to approve the budget? Yes, and away we go, and the budget is approved. Once the budget is approved, it's also becoming available in our budget overview, where we can get a view of the budget over the next 5 years. So it's a 5-year horizon we can look at here as well. And that budget will also fly as baseline into the overall capabilities in the product, and will perform the baseline and the guardrails for our comparisons when we look at variances and so forth.